Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we're going to talk about my mock draft for the Bears, or at least what I want them to do. This isn't going to be really like how I expect the draft to go. It's going to be more what I would like them to do more than anything. So first and foremost, of course, Caleb Williams is going number one overall, or at least he should, to the Chicago Bears, and that's my team, of course. I'm fully invested in Caleb Williams, and after seeing him on the I Am Athlete pod, I'm even more invested. I'm ready to fucking rock and roll. And one thing that I kind of came to realize with Caleb Williams versus, Justin Fields and stuff, is the past three quarterbacks the Chicago Bears have had, the past three main quarterbacks that we've really been counting on, Jay Cutler, Mitchell Trubisky, Justin Fields, they've been really, quiet guys, keep to themselves, not really a ton of personality behind them, not really a whole ton going on. And just I feel like Caleb Williams is a different direction, and it's a good direction, right? We're going to have this guy that's vocal. We're going to have this guy that's willing to show himself to the world. And I think that's a very good thing, and I think that's a very good change of pace. The Bears have done stuff for so long, look, I get the not the exact same guy, but anybody who liked Jim McMahon on the 85 Chicago Bears and, the 80 Chicago Bears should like Caleb Williams. He's going to be the same type of dude. He's going to be that guy that's not reserved. He's going to tell you how he fucking feels. He's going to be a vocal leader. He's going to be that guy. I think I'm fully invested into Caleb Williams now at this point, going number one overall, coming to the Chicago Bears. I will say Jalen Johnson and others are correct, where he does need to check himself a little bit when he comes to Chicago because he hasn't proven anything. But at the same time, I don't think he should completely lose that attitude that he has, that I'm the best fucking player in the room, this is how things are going to be attitude. I think he needs to come in with that as a rookie and show himself. And I think the Bears have done a pretty good job of putting, weapons and support pieces around him, and I just hope he comes in and plays well. I really, really fucking do. Chicago needs a quarterback. They're one of the only teams without a 30 touchdown passer. They're the only team with no 30 touchdown passer, and without a 4,000-yard season from the quarterback position. So it's just, we need this more than anything else. I really hope Caleb Williams does do fantastic in Chicago, and this is kind of my, Caleb Williams is my guy now. I like I've said before, I will never actively root against a player to fail in the NFL. Doesn't mean I don't think you're an asshole, doesn't mean I think you're not a good person, whatever. I'll never actively root against you in the NFL for your playing ability, right? I'll say that. Now, if I think you're a bad player, I'm just going to say it how it is. I'm going to fucking be like, hey, I don't think you're a very good player. It's as simple as that, right? I'll say that much. If I don't think you're a good player, I'm going to say that I don't think you're a good player, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to attack you personally. I'm not going to sit here and say, I hope you don't succeed, any of that shit. I think that shit's bogus. I think that shit's fake as fuck. Anybody that does that is a terrible human being to begin with anyway. At number 9, I've been going back and forth, right? On one hand, I'm like, get a receiver, get one more receiver, get another guy that can go out there and help Caleb Williams immediately. But then I'm like, that puts, I think, too many weapons on the roster. I think we can still find maybe a veteran guy or somebody down the board, and depending on what, Ryan Poles does at number 9, so many different things can change, right? I think there's a world where he could legitimately trade down twice in the first round. Will he do that? I don't know. I think that's a higher unlikelihood. I don't think he'll trade down twice. If he trades down once, he's going to trade down, and that's probably going to be it out of the first round. Well, not even out of the first round. If he trades down, I think it's going to be for what he wants, where he thinks the next best player is going to go, right? If he wants to get an edge rusher and he thinks they're still going to be available in the mid-teens, he could trade down to there, look to grab an edge rusher there if he thinks he can get enough value. I don't think he's going to trade down to 13 with the Raiders. The Raiders are going to go up and get a quarterback or something, and then all of a sudden he's going to trade down from 13 out of the first round, pick up picks next year, and trade down into the second and pick up a receiver or something. I don't think he'll double trade down in the first. I wish he would, but then again, he's even come out and said, I don't think this is a very deep draft class. I think there's a lot of top-end talent, at the positions, at positions we're looking at and everything else. I will say, I think what no matter what he does at pick 9, whether it's trade down or pick, I think it has to be an edge rusher. You cannot have a season where you're only relying on Montez Sweat to really create pressure. If you bring in a young rookie edge rusher, now I haven't exactly picked who I want. I think it's Dallas Turner is my top guy at edge right now. So if he picks him, I'll be happy. If he picks anybody, I'll be virtually happy. I'll watch them. I'll sit through it. I don't really have a whole ton of opinions this year. This is probably one of the years that I have not done any actual do I like this guy? Who do I want? This and that. But I think he trades down from 9. He goes to the teens. He kind of gets what the Giants got a couple years ago from us, if not more. I think instead of maybe getting an extra 4th, he'll get extra value, more value than what even teams like that got in the past. I think we do take another edge rusher in the first round as well. And then in the third round, I think if he trades down and picks up extra value from the first, and depending on what he gets, either the third or the 4th rounder will get traded back, and he will trade out and probably pick up extra value down the board to get some more fillers and backups and stuff. And, I realistically think it should be quarterback, edge, receiver, safety. If we only take 4 picks. I think those are the 4 positions I think we need to address more than anything else. I think you can still go out and find maybe a good veteran D tackle, a good veteran interior O lineman, another veteran receiver to add to the mix, and just other pieces around the board. I truly think that this will be the year that determines Ryan Poles' future with the Chicago Bears. I think if Caleb Williams is a stinker, I think he's fired, and so on and so forth. Like I've said, I am fully invested in Caleb Williams now at this point. I think he is the future in Chicago. Everybody needs to embrace him. Stop acting like we have any other options right now. If you act like we have another option, he's not going to succeed. You must come into this thinking that he is going to be the greatest quarterback of all time in Chicago, and it's as simple as fucking that. Like I said, if for some reason one of the top 3 receivers fall to 9, I could see a world in which that they maybe do take him, because as it's looking right now, you figure the first 3 picks are guaranteed to probably be quarterbacks. 4th pick's probably going to be Marvin Harrison if the Cardinals don't trade out, right? Because the reports are they don't have enough good players on their team. They don't have enough value on their team. They could trade out of 4 just to pick up extra assets going forward so that they can make the rebuild shorter and not just get the best player available. Especially if you're not really too concerned. If you think this wide receiver class is very deep and you think you can get somebody that can put up very good, production that isn't Marvin Harrison, Rome Odunze, or, who's the other guy? But I can't believe I'm blanking on him right now. But if you think there's going to be value later down the board, I guarantee the Cardinals could look to trade out. A team like the Vikings could trade up to 4. You could see teams like the Raiders trade up to 9. You could see the Giants staying at 6 and taking J.J. McCarthy. You could see a whole ton of different options. So if there's 4 or 5 QBs that go in the first 10 picks, the first 9 picks basically, because the Bears have the 9th overall pick, you could easily see a world in which Chicago could still land a top 3 receiver. I don't think they take tackle. They take either receiver or edge at 9 if they do stay at 9. I would understand why. Ryan Poles wants to stay at 9. I really would. I don't care either way. I think the smart move is to trade down into the teens, and then possibly if somebody offers you a good enough package, just to trade out of the first round. Maybe you think there's going to be multiple guys in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounds that you can get value from certain teams that want to move up that far that you think are better players, not only better players, but are going to help us long term in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. And I would completely understand that, and I would completely go with it. If you can go trade down and you can still get a good receiver because you think that part of the draft is, pretty deep. If you like some of the edge rushers down the board, Chop Robinson, Jonah Ellis, those type of guys, you'd easily see him trading down into the 2nd round and so on and so forth. This isn't from what I've seen, this probably isn't one of my favorite draft classes looking at it. I don't think it's a particularly deep class. I think the talent is going to be good at the top. I think as we get down the board, we're going to see it slowly drop off. Now, of course, as I say this, we could have a repeat of 2013, and the first round is just a complete dog shit mess. But then again, I think with this many QBs, tackles, and receivers possibly going off the board in the first, and then corners going late in the first, I think we could easily see a very good draft class. I don't know if this will be one of the better draft classes. To be honest, I'm getting a feeling of 2021 vibes. Caleb Williams is the surefire guy. He's been compared to Andrew Luck and not Peyton Manning. Yeah, Peyton Manning. And we've seen this before with Trevor Lawrence, and then you had 2, 3, and 4, 5 quarterbacks go off in the first round, and then none of them really succeeded, and now they're all traded off to different teams, and just all this different stuff, right? I'm getting a feeling of 2021. Trust me, I think a lot of people are of the same type of draft class, so we'll see what exactly goes down. I could, like I said, we could see 3 quarterbacks go, and then we could see 2 quarterbacks go in the teens, and then a quarterback going early in the second. There's just a lot of speculation around this draft. There's a lot of uncertainness. You're hearing reports that Jaden McDaniels didn't fall in love with Washington on his visit, so that may deter them from drafting him. Now that it's been known that he didn't really like it there, he didn't feel the respect and everything. So they might now take Drake May if they aren't in Jaden McDaniels, if it was a coin toss between which QB they were going to take. And it's just a whole ton of different stuff going on right now. I can't wait for the draft. It's going to be an exciting time as a Bears fan. This is it. This is our future right now. We either get the quarterback of our dreams more than likely, or we get a guy that doesn't succeed in the NFL and we got to wait 4 more fucking years to do anything. And then this buys Eberflus at minimum of 2 to 3 years, and it buys Poles at anywhere from 3 to 4 years going forward. So, if you guys enjoyed this content or any of the content here on my channel, I would appreciate it if you guys do stick around and subscribe. Today's the day of the draft. This is probably coming out on Thursday, to be real. So hopefully you guys do stick around. I don't know if I'm going to be live yet. I still really haven't fully decided what I'm going to be doing for the draft. Go check out my roster updates. If you guys don't know by now, I do PS5 roster updates, and I do a lot of them for both 2K and Madden. I'm the number 1 downloaded roster on Madden 24 and 23. I'm doing the rookies as this draft goes on. Go check out the video in the playlist. It should be down in the description, as well as maybe potentially a card popping up in the upper right-hand corner. Go check out my latest video. It'll be a complete guide as to what's going on during the draft, what's happening. If you guys are seeing this video after the draft or after round 1, day 2, whatever, go check out the playlist. It should have more up-to-date videos on the draft, regarding the draft, the players, the rookies, everything. Go check out those videos if you guys want to. If you guys enjoy this content or the content here on my channel, I would appreciate it if you guys do stick around and subscribe. More videos coming out like this, off-season related stuff, draft-related stuff, Tennessee Titans franchise roster updates, all that fun, individualistic stuff. And I hope to see you guys in the future. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.